Yes, yes, yes. How are we doing? Hope you're really good. Welcome to show 435, 6. This morning we're going to talk about how can you have more fun in your life. How can you put that in there? I think sometimes it's difficult for people to do. And as always, this show is about opening up. Some levels of awareness about maybe what you're doing with your practices and your processes and your habits and where you're at. So hopefully you can improve yourself to, try and have a little bit more fun. So we're doing it from home this morning. I forgot to set my alarm. Well, I fell asleep before I could set my alarm last night. So luckily I woke up naturally at 5 o'clock. There's no dramas. We just adapt and overcome, right? That's what we do. So let's get into it. So welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I'm your host, James Bourman. If you are coming through, then please do hit the love button like 5 or 6 times, like perhaps your finger tapping, and please comment down below and let me know if you are on the waiting list for our Elite Movement seminar on the 25th of November, and if you're planning to come along and see us. Okay. It's going to be an epic event. I think it's going to be the most inspirational one that we've had for sure. Very impactful. We're going to be looking at really having almost 3 months of inspiration, direction, knowledge, experience and education in 7 hours than you would do in 3 months, right? So it's going to be an epic day. Okay, so let me know in the comments if you're on the waiting list and if you are planning to come on the 25th of November up at Aston Villa Stadium. Okay. So, this morning I wanted to talk about fun and trying to have more fun, because I don't believe that we're spending enough time smiling or having fun or doing the things that make us happen. Okay. And as a direct result, I think we're just walking around miserable. I think there are so many miserable people just walking around, right? And I think that we are allowing like the consumption of problems and curveballs just to consume you. Listen, I think part of the equation of life, part of the process of life is that there are always going to be problems. There's always going to be curveballs. There's always going to be things that happen in our life that quite easily make us miserable or down or put yourself under pressure. And we can take life way too seriously, right? Who thinks that they take life way too seriously? Okay, if you think you take life way too seriously, just hit the thumb button. Obviously, it's difficult to communicate, right? I'd see you if we were doing a workshop. And because we take life too seriously, because we beat ourselves up too much, because we absorb ourselves in that sinking sand, in those problems, in those curveballs, we never allow ourselves to have any joy, any fun. We never allow ourselves to do anything that really counteracts all of that like hardship that you put on yourself over and over and over again, right? So we're not having enough fun. And the direct consequence of that is that life becomes unhappy. Okay, when you don't smile for a while. If you think about the last time that you did stuff where you just smiled and you just enjoyed life and you just stopped taking it so seriously, I think we would look at life differently. Okay, I think we would look at life differently. And it's almost that I think people feel guilty for having fun, for going out and doing things when things are not the way that you want them to be. Do you know what I mean? Or if you're struggling with the work-life balance, if you're not happy with the way that you look, if you're consumed in your business, okay? Do you know what I mean? All of these things. It's like, it's weird. Like yesterday, I went off to a community office, which is which is one town down. So one town down. Got on the train, and in the morning, I almost ditched jiu-jitsu at the competition training, and I go between 6:15 and 7:15. I have a lot of fun doing that, like wrestling, fighting, getting amongst it, and I almost ditched that because I thought that I had to work. I thought, oh no, I'm going to pass on that because I've got loads of work to do, and I didn't. And I was really grateful because actually I went and I had a lot of fun, and then I got the train over, did the work on our brand new program that we are running, and had a lot of fun even just doing that there, because I was thinking about it and reflecting on it on the way home on the train. I was going, man, I enjoy my job. I have a lot of fun. I like going to the community office, speaking to the guys that are there. I love sitting there working on the project. I find that fun. So what I find fun, you might not necessarily find fun. So it begs the question, what is having fun? And I think it's trying to almost live life on your terms, and creating small micro, if you like, life habits, life environments that make you smile, that make you happy. So things for me are going to jiu-jitsu. I love having fun there and hanging around with the guys. I love going to the gym with my boy. Okay, I love doing my work, and I love watching my daughter do jiu-jitsu like we did last night. I love hanging out and having dinner with my wife. Do you know what I mean? I love going for my morning walks with my dog. These are things to me that is having fun. Do you know what I mean? And I think sometimes it's hard to define what fun is. So like when we think about the fun pillar, so I added the fun pillar to our pillars. So we had work, relationships, personal development, career, and then we added fun. And I think a lot of people think, oh, I've got to go to Thorpe Park or Chessington or Alton Towers or Disneyland for that to be fun. That type of thing has to be. But you could literally have fun by bouncing on the trampoline with your daughters or your sons and having a good time there. You could have fun by sharing a couple of laughs and sharing memories over a glass of wine with your wife. You could have fun having a coaching session with a group. Like we had a group coaching session on Monday night with our Elite Brotherhood, and we had some fun and banter with the lads on there. Makes me smile, makes me happy being around like-minded guys that want to show up and work, right? So that's fun. So you have to look at those things and think, right, what type of things are fun? What can I do in each day to get a micro level hit of fun that makes me smile? One of the things that I always do in my morning routine, there's a couple of comedians that I love, and I will watch some of their material in the morning to make me laugh. And it kind of sets the tone of trying to be happy, right? And it helps us deal, and I'm kind of talking in personal opinion here, it makes us feel like we don't have to take everything so seriously. We don't have to consume ourselves in that depression, that anxiety of life where everything's so serious, where there are curveballs, where there are problems. Okay, instead life can be fun. And one of the things I'm working on really, really hard is not getting caught up on the finer details of life and trying to go with the flow more and try and understand actually life is too short to consume myself in that negativity, in that unhappiness, in the things that drag me into the sinking sand and make me drown in it. It's about like trying to see the fun side of life. You know, I'm 45 this year, and I don't want to spend the rest of my life consuming myself in things that really just make me miserable all the time. And it's important to understand that actually, do you know what? Life's about having fun. Life's about having a few laughs. Life's about smiling more. Life's about not taking life too seriously. Life's about being around the right individuals and the right people that lift you, that inspire you. If you're not around people that make you smile, then I probably would say it's probably time to find some new friends or new people to listen to. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's important to get into that habit, because I do think it's a habit. I think you can get into the habit of being miserable. I really do. I think you can get into the habit of allowing everything to consume you, and I think you can get into the habit of just not smiling enough. So get into the habit of being happier. Do something today that's going to make you fun. So what I want you to do in the comments below is that I want you to tell me the one thing that you think you're going to do that's going to be fun today. Put it in the comments, share it with everyone. Even if you're in the lurker, even if you're a lurker in the background and you watch, like do it. Just put it in the comments, and then tomorrow stick it in your journal. Then the next day stick it in your journal. Then the next day stick it in your journal, and set one thing that's going to make you fun. Like watch your favourite clip of your favourite comedian in the morning. sit around and talk to your wives, like play with the girls or your kids or your sons and that in the garden or down the park. Do something that immerses you in happiness. Okay, you've got to change this stereotype of just being miserable all the time, because it's easy. It's like negativity, right? It's easy to be negative. It's harder to be more positive about life. There's loads of things that can trigger us and we can start going off on one. Same with being miserable. All right, so have an amazing day. I will see you on Friday, 5:30, ready to go. If you haven't got yourself on the waiting list and you're planning to come up in and around November, it's going to be epic. The waiting list is up on the copy on the post. Keep putting in your bits. I'm going to finish up. Even if I cut off, go back to the post and make sure you write down the one thing you're going to do.